A Path Not Taken is a mature podcast, and it's not meant for stupid little babies like you. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of the very first session of A Path Not Taken, Destremus' Folly. Today we have with us as Upchuck, Mcduck, Ben.
Yes, I have a fact, if that's okay.
Would you care to share your fact?
Yes, okay.
By all means.
So,
And Ehren, prepare a fact while this is happening, because I know you didn't have one.
No, I mean...
we all know that Upchuck Mcduck is a bounty hunter. But
Correct.
Did you know that his most famous job was that he was the one who was sent out to take out Osama bin Laden?
Did he succeed?
Of course he succeeded, and he brought peace to the free world, and he wrote a book called Eric Cochran's Sniper.
That's awesome. And in the other end of the corner, we got Ehren
That's
playing
me,
Just Some Guy.
indeed.
Would you like to
my-
share a fact about Just Some Guy?
Yeah, my fun fact is just some guy's favorite sauce is mayo.
That's so stupid.
Awesome. It's perfect.
It's perfect. It makes total sense.
It's upsetting how perfect that is. All right. Well, so where we left off last time, the both of you arrived on a cart with another gentleman by the name of Cannon Fodder, a wizard who has a silly voice that doesn't like my microphone. The cart driver said you have 2 hours to get in, get the loot, and get out. The loot being Destremus' goblet. Now, in your search for it, you entered the dungeon. You've stumbled across a few paintings with some significance that you found. You've also stumbled across a statue of a bald man with his hands out. Ehren was lucky enough to find a bracelet in the big pit in one of the hallways. And where we find ourselves now is that you guys are in that long hallway with no floor. There was a hallway to the left where you heard a little sound a lot earlier. There's like 30 feet down to the right. There's a door with copper banding. And then all the way at the end of the hallway, it turns to the right. There's no door there, but the hallway turns to the right where you can see the floor continues there. So what's happened so far is your goal was to get to the closest hallway on the left. Just Some Guy noticed that some of the cut stone on the wall is protruding a little bit out, so if he wanted to scale it, he could. And I forget who encouraged Cannon Fodder to go first, but he used his magical ability to just walk right over the pit. So Cannon Fodder is standing on the ledge to the hallway to the left, and you two are standing on the edge of the pit. What
All
do you
right. Just Some Guy. Do you want to try to climb across first? And then I have a rope here in case you fall down.
Sure. Could I do an investigation check on how sturdy these protruding rocks look?
I'll just tell you, it's cut stone. The protruding rocks look like they're well embedded into the wall. Some of them just are poking out a little bit.
Heard. All right, I'll tie that rope around my waist.
You're gonna tie the rope around your waist.
Ooh,
I like
that's
it.
smart. Okay, yeah.
smart. Yeah, you tie the rope around your waist.
Is there anything to tie the other end to? Or am I just hoping Upchuck is strong enough to hold me?
I suppose you could roll a perception to see if there's anything nearby to tie it to, because there isn't anything immediately visible.
Alright. Ooh, okay, do I have bonus to perception? I got a 5, including
You got
bonus.
a 5, so it just doesn't seem like there's an anchor point nearby for you to tie that rope to, so you might just
Oh,
have
wait.
to
I can also roll perception, though, to see if there is, right?
You can.
Okay, never mind.
Alright, so yeah.
Alright, I shall attempt to crawl across.
Shall attempt to crawl
along
across
the
with the
protruding rocks.
failsafe of Upchuck holding the rope.
Dewoke.
Okay.
All right.
Give me a
Yeah.
dex roll.
Oh, come on! Got a 2.
You got a 2, so I'm gonna say you very quickly slip and fall
Yeah.
Upchuck, if you could give me a strength check to see if you can keep him from hitting the ground.
Can I just let go of the rope?
You can.
What?
You absolutely can.
Okay, I just let go of the rope.
Okay. All right. 20 feet. I would say go ahead and give me a dex save. Let's see if you can land gracefully.
Okay. Dude, I got a 5.
You got a 5. You
Yeah.
land, but not without taking 2 damage. On your already slightly sprained ankle, you land on that as well. So you take 2 damage there.
Frick. Okay.
As you hit the ground, Upchuck, you hear the thud of him hitting the ground. Of course, you can't see him underneath that black veil, if you recall. There's a
Right.
black magical veil over, so you can't quite see him down there. But you hear one thud, and then you
Can
hear
I-
another thud that sounds
Oh.
like, I mean, I don't know how to... like a thud. And that one echoes from the hallway to the left where Cannon's standing, and Cannon quickly turns around, and you can see in his face is a little bit of shock.
Am I correct in saying that behind me somewhere there is a path that we didn't explore where we heard the pitter patter from?
So the pitter patter you heard earlier, you pieced together after you noticed the hallway to the left. It sounded like it echoed from that direction. So where Cannon's standing right now is where that pitter patter came from. Where you were previously, you've explored everywhere. There was just that little room with the painting and a couple tables and bookshelves, and then there was also that little hallway that Cannon went down initially investigating to find that statue.
Well, I sure wish I hadn't let go of that rope.
So Cannon Fodder is clearly shooken, but he's not reacting anyway. He's not like actively trying to escape. He's just still staring down that hallway in shock. Of course, just some guy has fallen down the pit once more, and Upchuck Mcduck is standing over the ledge.
Hey,
Help!
hey, Cannon Fodder.
Yes.
What you looking at?
Just some guy.
What?
Help!
No, not our friend, just some guy. It appears another guy has appeared over here.
Oh,
Did you say my name?
It seems the door swung open. There's a door to the left, and a man, I believe, has stumbled through the door and fallen and snapped his neck on the table.
oh,
I don't know if he's dead. I'll wait for your arrival. I do actually have a rope. I don't know if you'd like me to use it.
oh yeah, use that rope.
I would love to use the rope. He throws the rope down. Just some guy. You can't quite see anything because it's really dark down there.
Can I light my torch?
You may. You light your torch, and you can see both the spooled up rope on the ground that you have tied to
That
you,
was dropped and tied
as
to
well
me.
as the rope that's dangling from where you remember the hallway was that Cannon Fodder's at.
Right. I'm gonna cut the rope that's around me off
Okay, you cut it off.
so it doesn't get snagged on anything. And then I'll walk towards the other rope.
All right, you walk towards the other rope.
Or actually, while I'm down here, could I roll a perception to see if there's anything of use?
Sure, absolutely.
Come on. What is 4?
4. With a
Oh,
4,
plus
you
1,
succeed.
5.
5. With a 5, you succeed. There's just that pile of skeletons that you recall from earlier. Perhaps one of their bones could be of use, but they all look just like human bones. So unless you
Man,
can
I don't
find an
care about
alternative use for that.
bones. I'm
But
going
that's
up
all
the
that's down
rope.
there. It's just rows and rows of bones and skeletons.
Yeah, I'm heading up the rope.
Okay, you climb the rope. I'm not going to give you any trouble with that.
Okay, now I just need to get across. I'm honestly thinking it's not. I mean, I'll try climbing across, but I'm not too worried about like falling because we do have the rope on the other side. So
Yes.
You can also like float because you're a bird.
Eric Hawkers
He's
can't.
flightless.
Yeah.
Well, you can't fly, but
Eh?
couldn't you like slow your descent?
So I assume I fall down. I got a 2.
You got a 2. Yeah, the DC for crawling across was a 15, and with just some guy's identification, it brought it down to 10. But yeah, that is a fail. So you slip.
What is going on with our
Let's have a
rolls?
dexterity saving roll on landing on the ground.
Okay, that's a 13.
13. I'm gonna say you land with grace. Do you blade pose?
I don't blade pose, but I do like modern Marvel movie posing.
Oh, like one fist down, like the Spider-Man landing.
Yeah, but because I rolled like kind of low, I think my fist hits the ground a little too hard, and so I like pick it back up. So it's just me like crouched down with both arms behind me, kind of my face a little too close to the ground. So it's not cool at all, but
Gotcha. Well, it's lucky for you that nobody could see it because you're underneath that black veil.
oh yeah,
But it's also very dark, so you can't even see yourself.
torch.
Torch. You light the torch. You see just bones on top of bones in the bottom of the pit. And there's also the rope dangling down from where your two companions are.
I want a human skull. I want to add it to my collection to make it look like I've killed more people than I have.
Absolutely. Is there any particular thing you're looking for in terms of human skull, size or shape, or just whichever one you can grab
Density
randomly?
in case I get knocked down or something. I don't just want it to break.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, there's a pretty thick one right by your foot.
All
Go
right,
ahead and grab
sick.
that. Nice. So you've
Important
obtained the
question.
skull.
Have I made it to the top of the pit yet? Am I out of the
You've
hole?
made it to the top of the pit. Would you
Okay.
like to just wait for Upchuck, or do you want to look down the hallway at what Cannon Fodder's looking at?
Can I see what Cannon Fodder's looking at from the top of the hole?
Yes. So you're at the top of the hole, and the way Cannon Fodder's facing is another hallway about 50 feet long. At the end of that hallway, you see a humanoid figure on the ground, neck contorted in a strange way. You can't, if you really tried, you could maybe see what kind of thing that is, if it's a person, if it's a human, but just not sure from this distance.
Can
What
I
is
not
that?
tell what it is because of the distance or the lighting?
It's pretty dim lighting, and it's about like 50, 60 feet away, so both, I'd say.
Could I
Hey, if you're looking at stuff up there, wait for me.
well, it's a little too late for that. Is there a torch on the wall?
There's like a torch a quarter of the way down the hallway, closer to you than to him, and then all the way down. So there's a door to the left as well, presumably where he came in from. That door is swung wide open, similar to how Cannon Fodder described it. He did fall through the door, and it looks like he tripped and hit his head on the little side table in front of the door, snapping his neck.
Right. How many torches do I have?
I'm gonna say you have one, and you've lit it. I'm just making this shit up, and I'll refine it later on. But I'll say you can light it like 3 times, and you've probably lit it twice. So you have one more use of like your torch, I'd say.
If it makes it any different, I have 10 torches.
You have
Yeah,
10
yeah.
torches?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
But I'm thinking
that's
they probably are like those thin ones that burn pretty quickly if I have 10 of them. So maybe just each time we light it, that's a use.
Yeah, one use. That works for me. That's
So he
very
has
fair.
like 8 now?
Yeah,
or
that
7?
makes sense. Yeah, sure. That works for me.
All right, I'll light one and then like throw it as far as I can down the hallway, but to get a better view of the dead thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna
But I'll stay
need
where
a
I am.
strength check if you're gonna throw it like 50, 60 feet.
Yeah. Okay, I got a 19.
You got a
plus
19.
I got a 22.
You got a 22? Okay,
Yes,
what
sir.
specifically were you aiming for? Because with that roll, you could have it land wherever you wanted to.
Right next to the body so I can illuminate it and see as much as I can see from this distance.
The body immediately catches a flame.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want it to land right on top of it, like right next to it.
So you're about 50, 60 feet away. You have this miraculous throw. The torch makes it pretty much all the way there. It illuminates this body. You can make out now that it is a human, or at least was a human. You can see a lot of cuts and lacerations, loose flesh on its body. There's a big chunk of its back that looks like it has a big scratch on it. Either from human nails, either from a creature's nails, you can't quite decipher. But either way, the skin off this creature is falling off. It is viscera, it is disgusting. There's blood pouring out of him, like oozing out of him. There's little pockets of pus that burst apparently on his fall, so there's little pools of pus underneath and mixed with the blood. And of course you can see that his neck is contorted in a way that does not seem like alive.
Right. Gotcha. All right, I'll wait at the top of the pit for Upchuck.
Weird, right?
But yeah, that's concerning.
Indeed. Nice throw.
Yeah, thanks. I was varsity.
Varsity. Ooh.
That so tracks.
At this point, Upchuck, I assume you make it to the top of the rope.
Sure, do I have to roll a strength check or anything?
No, I'm just gonna say you guys are pretty adept at climbing a rope. It's
Okay.
only like a 20-foot climb, which is a lot, but for strong
I do have a
adventurers like you
-1
guys-
to strength, so
a -1 to strength.
yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys a pass on this one, and then you're gonna have to go through the pit eventually. So, at that point, we'll
Okay.
make it a little more challenging. You guys are at the peak of your strength. Your journey's just beginning. You were all warm. You get one free rope climb.
Okay.
All right. So now you're all standing in the hallway. Upchuck, you're just now noticing the same thing everybody else is noticing.
Upchuck is salivating.
Mmm.
Ew.
Yucky. What's your next course of action? So you're looking down this long hallway. There's a presumably dead humanoid figure or human at the end of the hallway. There's a door to the left at the end of the hallway that is swung open with the corpse next to it.
I'll cautiously walk down the hallway.
Okay, you cautiously walk down the hallway. Upchuck, do you follow him, or are you going to allow Cannon Fodder to go behind him?
As always, I let Cannon Fodder go first.
Excellent. So Cannon Fodder follows closely behind. As you inch closer and closer to this body on the ground, you start to hear from that doorway in front of you a pretty consistent thud. You hear a
Like a pattern.
thump, thump, thump. The sound is staying the same. It's not getting closer, it's not getting farther away, just a consistent thud. You're now about 20 feet from the door. You're getting a better look at that human figure. Just more disgusting, rotting body parts. You notice now that there's little like patches of cloth fused with his wounds. Nothing distinct about it. Nothing really stands out to you, but it seems that whoever this once was once a human and maybe isn't now, or isn't before they died.
Do they have
This
hair?
This seems like a folly.
Indeed, it is. He does have like patches of hair on his head. It looks like a lot of scratch marks are concentrated around the head. So it kind of correlates with where the hair is and where it isn't based on where the scratch marks are. You can
I
look
think a
closer into it
werewolf
if you
did
like.
this.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'll get closer.
You'll get
I like
closer.
werewolves. They're cool.
Okay.
Nat 20.
On perception,
Yeah.
you can tell just by the angle of the scratch marks that this man was scratching his own head.
Oh.
Most of the cuts and lacerations and holes on his body and the lesions are due to his own scratching,
Self-inflicted.
self-inflicted scratching. Yep, absolutely. And as you get closer to the body, you do hear that thud get louder. So
It's
you're
a
now
heartbeat.
standing. You're now probably at where you threw your torch. So the torch is on the ground there. Probably went out by now, but the lighting's still dim. You can see light from inside the room to the left where you hear that thudding. And that guy is on the ground right in front of you.
Well, if it was a
Cannon
heartbeat,
fodder.
it'd be like do 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 do, not do do. You know.
That's a
I
good
say
Um,
that in lore.
That's a good point. That's a good point, but I don't like you and you're stupid, so I'm going to say you're wrong.
That's fair.
Good teamwork.
Did you know I was varsity?
Varsity in what exactly?
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Mcduck likes
Everything.
that.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking through canon. Varsity in what actually?
Oh, you know everything.
Everything. A man of many talents.
Yeah. I left my jacket at the dry cleaner though.
I myself was a varsity chess player.
What was your rank?
1,000 elo. For the viewers, that's an inside joke because he just dunked on me in chess and he's 1,000 elo, so. Joke explained. Please continue.
You want to go first, Cannon?
Not particularly.
Go first, Cannon, I say, putting a feathery hand on his shoulder.
Do you want to roll intimidation for that?
Well, it was more persuasion, but I guess intimidation
Oh,
makes
your
sense.
choice. Your choice. I
No,
would
I'll
phrase
do
it more
intimidation.
persuasively. Okay, yeah.
I'll do intimidation.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
An 8? Okay. It's a pass. So he walks past Just Some Guy. So he walks back past Just Some Guy, and he places his hands on the doorway, like still on your guys' side of the door, and he just slowly creeps his head past so that he can see into the room, and then he slowly brings his head back to you guys and turns to you guys and says, "Okay, gentlemen, silence. Inside this room, there are 3 people, just like our fellow here on the ground. However, they are alive. That thudding we hear, that thudding is a man straight ahead. He's banging his head against the wall like a madman. And there are 2 resting on beds. It looks to be some sort of quarters.
I mean, they don't seem very threatening.
They're quite scary, if you ask me."
I mean, creepy, yeah. How far? We're like right next to the body, aren't we?
You are, yep.
Because it's next to the door.
Yep.
Can I search the body?
You can.
Roll for investigation, I presume.
Well, I don't see why you can't just search the body. I mean, it's not. It only has patches of clothing. Aside from the parts that are attached to him, there isn't much you can find. If you wanted to like loot a tooth or an eyeball, go for it. But
oh no, I'll pass on that.
I will take an eyeball.
By all means, you take an eyeball.
Okay, I take the eyeball out, and then I pop my glass eye out, and then I put the eyeball in the socket. Can I roll a medicine check to see if I can reattach an eye?
Yes. To reattach, like fully functioning, you're saying?
Yeah. I'm praying for a nat 20.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, never mind.
What'd you get?
I got a 3.
A 3? So you just feel a squishy, disgusting eyeball, like, squirming around in your eye socket. It's not, obviously you can't see out of it. It definitely feels worse than the glass eye. And I assume you try to take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a little trouble with that. It's like trying to get a hold of your contact, but instead it's just a really like the eye was definitely too small for the socket, so it's just kind of sloshing around in there.
Can I use my knife to get it out?
Your nose?
My knife.
Your knife. I'm gonna say you eventually get it out.
Okay.
You eventually get it out. It just takes a little bit, and it's just really gross display of squishiness and. I assume just some guy, but definitely Cannon Fodder watch with horror as you try to take out his...
Hey, what? Hey, Upchuck, why'd you do that?
Well, ever since I lost my eye in the big fight.
In Bird Nom?
No. In Bird Ram. And I've just been waiting for an eye that would take its place, but I guess this wasn't the one.
Yeah, I think you should see like a doctor or a cleric or something about that. I feel like you'd have a better time than pilfering dead body eyes.
No healthcare, man.
Yeah, once again, the vets getting the short end of the stick. Alright, well,
now it's canon in my world that vets are mistreated. Shit.
Let's say...
What do we do, gentlemen?
Could I walk in to the room just boldly and confidently and roll for performance?
What are you trying to perform?
Just to emanate an aura of I'm supposed to be here.
I suppose. You might have to flesh your plan out a little bit in that.
Okay, let me
make
think.
it so that a role would kind of make sense for that.
Scratch that. I'm going to act like one of them. I'm going to be like scratching myself and be like...
Okay, there we go. Yeah, roll performance.
All right. 13 plus 4.
Okay,
that's
so
17.
Describe what you're doing as you enter the room.
All right, so I'm hunched over. I'm like scratching at my body, my head, my neck, my back. I'm like dribbling out of my mouth. I'm drooling. I got a limp. The whole 9 yards.
You didn't really... So you didn't, as you're walking through, you can see a look of horror on Cannon Fodder's face just because you didn't really explain to them what your plan was. So you're just like, oh god. So you walk into the room, scratching and fiending. And similar to how Cannon described, it looks like sort of like a barracks. So there's like 4 or 5 beds on either side, each with its own footlocker. Most of the footlockers are open. At the end of the room to your left, so it's kind of like when you walked in through the door, the wall continued to the right. So you're on like the far right side of this room. To the left,
Right.
the beds line the walls on either side. At the end of all the beds is one weird-looking flesh zombie thing banging its head against the wall. Of course, you see blood, like dried blood, wet blood is just scattered all around the wall around him, and there's a massive pool of blood right underneath him. It seems he's been doing this for a while. On either side of him, of course, there are 2 more beds, and these beds both contain what looks to be 2 sleeping men.
Healthy?
Also with flesh being ripped off their bodies and just
Gotcha.
disgusting. Let's see if there's any other details.
I turn to Cannon Fodder and say, I've heard of this. It's called the Faerun sleep experiment.
I thought that was a conspiracy.
Nope.
My.
I heard it from I heard about it from Jeremiah from sorry, give me a second. I heard about it from Jeremiah Creepypasta.
Jeremiah Creepypasta. I've heard of his exploits.
He always tells the truth.
I love his stories. So, just some guy. You also notice, so the 2 that are laying in the beds, one is wearing a white robe that seems made of cloth that seems to be intact, with like little blood stains on it. There's a little soaked spot where presumably like one of his wounds is underneath it. And the other has a white robe made of silk that you can kind of identify with green stripes.
Interesting.
Also intact. The one that's bashing its head against the wall is buck-ass naked.
Nice. Is there anything in the footlockers?
Let's see. Most of them are empty, but you can see one that's underneath the bed of the guy on the right. The guy sleeping on the right. That footlocker is closed.
I'll try and pull it out.
You try to pull it out?
Yeah, pull it out from under the bed.
You're gonna have to do some sneaky shit because all 3 of them are right there.
Well, I'm performing.
Oh, you're still performing.
Won't they-
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, won't they be chill with my?
So you're not trying to sneak
their
over to it. You're
friends?
just gonna walk over to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're walking closer and closer. As you get closer, you notice the one banging his head against the wall. There's a painting above him. You can also kind of see. Give me a perception roll.
I shall do that. 17.
17. You can see the naked one that's bashing his head against the wall has something tube-shaped in its mouth.
I also had a bonus 1 to perception. Does that change anything?
You can see it's the size of like your thumb, but it's clutched between
Okay.
his teeth. And as you're walking through, holy shit, okay. As you get closer to the footlocker, all 3 of them at the same exact time turn immediately, very quickly, and stare at you.
Oh,
You can see each of their faces.
okay.
Each one is more decrepit than the last. Of course, the one bashing his head against the wall has just a huge cave-in on his skull, on his forehead. Blood rushed down his face. The only thing you can see on his face that isn't red is the whites of his eye. One eye, that is. The other eye socket is completely empty. And of course, he still has that thing clutched between his teeth, and you can see blood and drool kind of pour over it. And of course, the 2 in the beds are still laying down, but they've turned to look at you. I'll give you one chance to say something or do something before combat starts.
Could I try and deceive them? What's up, fellas?
Yeah, I guess roll deception? What are you trying to deceive them of?
I'm just one of them.
Oh, you're just one of them. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I got 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21. Okay. You're gonna hate me, but that was a DC 25.
Frick!
The one who was bashing his head against the wall goes, and now we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Do I roll initiative as well?
You guys are technically out of combat because you're still hidden outside of the room.
Yeah, they're not in the room.
I'd like to
so
rush
it's a
in.
1v. Okay.
You rush in, so you can roll initiative with everybody else, and Cannon Fodder follows as well.
I dropped my noise.
Caller, I got a 20.
You get a 20.
It's +2. It's proficiency, right? Or no, initiative. Ding dong. It's 15.
15. So yeah, what do you do?
Okay, so as Upchuck Mcduck, who has been like pretty like grouchy and an asshole this whole time, the second that he can tell that someone's in like genuine danger, it's like the facade drops and it's all business. And so he runs up to one of the ghouly type things and slashes with his scimitar.
Okay, so there's 3 ghoulish type things. One is standing, prepared for combat, and then there's one on the left and one on the right, both laying in bed still. So they're aware of combat, but they're still laying in bed.
The
So I would
standing
say
one.
you have advantage to hit on the ones laying down, and the standing one would just be a standard roll.
I'm just going to do the standard roll on the standing one.
Okay, go for it.
It's a 15.
A 15. Give me but a moment.
Hey,
That hits.
I thought of a really funny joke. So when you said "but a moment," I wish I had said "but moment." I think it would have. I think it would have gotten a big laugh.
Yeah, that would have been good.
It would have.
I got 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So you slice at him with your scimitar. Any particular area you aimed at?
The face.
The face. So you slice him across the forehead. You put a good gash in his already dented head. He definitely recoils from it. That hurt quite a bit. So now it is Cannon Fodder's turn. And what he is going to do is he is going to cast Minor Illusion. And what he's going to do is he's going to create a blanket and try to have it fall on the zombie on the right laying down. I'm just going to call him at this point. And let's do a roll here. So the blanket falls gently onto the zombie on the right's head, and it just kind of stays there. It doesn't move.
Okay.
Strangely enough, that's his turn. So he's gonna stay in the back of the room away from you guys, just because he's not quite the close combat fighter. Now it's the zombie that is laying in the bed with the blanket's turn, and he's going to swipe at the blanket and realize it's an illusion, but that's his turn. He kind of hesitated for a second. The blanket tricked him a little bit. He realizes it's a faker, but he's still laying down. That's exactly what he sounds like. Yeah, actually. All right, so just some guy. It is your turn. You are standing between the 2 beds, right next to Upchuck and the standing zombie who just took a lot of damage.
How close are these beds together?
You've got about 10 feet in between them, and they're still laying in bed. They haven't gotten up yet.
Damn. Okay. I would like to. The one that's lying in the bed that wasn't just tricked.
Yeah, so that'd be to your left.
Yeah, the one to my left. I would like to take my greatsword and just swing straight down on its neck.
Outstanding. Roll to hit.
Come on! Hold on. What's my bonus to hit? Where is it? I got +3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got an 8.
8. That's exactly his armor class. Is that a miss or a hit, Ben? I don't remember.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. So you hit.
Thank God.
By the skin of your teeth.
Okay, so roll for damage.
Roll for that damage.
Oh, I dropped my dice. Frick you, dude. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 damage?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so you do 9 damage. Your greatsword hits his neck with a thud. It lodges itself to what you feel like could be his spine. So he's laying on his side facing away from you. You swung the greatsword down. You hear a thud. It feels like it hits the spine of the zombie's neck. And I assume you dislodge your sword only to realize he is still breathing. Well, I guess not
Okay.
breathing, but conscious. What does using second wind for you look like?
For me, I close my eyes and I imagine the glory days of varsity high school. And I picture I'm smelling the air, the field. It's still ambiguous as to what exactly sport I'm playing.
And then the cute girl in the stands yells, "You
Yeah.
play those sports, Just! You play those sports! You're doing great! Score the ball!
You do that thing with that ball. I got a 4 plus 1. So 5 health.
5 health, nice. So you heal up.
Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can I heal above max HP? Because that
You
would put me at
cannot.
above max.
No!
Okay, so I'm back at 11.
You're stuck.
Never!
Never!
You also have some movement available if you'd like. I would say the standing zombie that was in the center, bashing his head, would have an opportunity attack on you if you wanted to move, but
I'll just stay where I am at.
you'll stay where you're at. Okay. So, now the zombie on the left that you just swung and hit him in the neck, he is going to stand up from the bed, and he's going to be standing right next to Ehren. Or sorry, just some guy. And what he is going to do is he is going to try and slam you with the palm of his hand.
Palm heel strike.
Palm heel strike. And he
Oh no.
22 to hit, so I assume that hits.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to do, if I have it, 4 damage. So he brings his palm down upon your shoulder, striking it pretty hard. You definitely feel like they're a lot stronger than they look.
You said 4 damage?
4 damage.
Back to 7.
And now, so, the zombie in the center that was bashing his head, he's pretty wounded, but he is going to target the Aarakocra. And he is also, he just spits all over you, going, and spit and blood and mucus spray out from whatever the cylindrical object in his mouth towards you, Mr. Aarakocra Mcduck. So he is going to roll to hit. That is also a 22.
Oh my god.
He's got +3 to hit. Let's see. And he is going to do 3 damage to you. So he kind of open palm strikes you in the chest. It knocks the wind out of you a little bit. You definitely also realize pretty quickly that these zombies are very strong.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mr. Aarakocra, Mr. Upchuck Mcduck, it is your action.
I'm fucking killing this guy.
You're killing this guy, the standing one?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Scimitar time.
Scimitar time.
That is a 11 to hit.
11 to hit, and you succeed.
And then that is 4 damage.
4 damage. Any particular area where you hit him?
The neck.
The neck. So you, similar to how just some guy also swung down on their necks, you managed to hit him in the neck, and yours cuts clean through. His head lops to the floor. It bounces around a little bit. The cylindrical object's still between his teeth, and you can see his body is still upright.
Oh.
So the head is on the ground, and you can hear the head and see the head on the ground going. But the body is still upright in attack position.
Shit.
But there's just blood, like Tarantino movie, blood spraying out of the neck hole. You can hear when the head goes, extra blood kind of squirts out of the neck area on the torso.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, you lopped off its head. What's your? Do you have any other action you'd like to take? Any movement?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
So now Cannon Fodder steps up to the plate, and what he's gonna do. Oh my goodness. He is going to aim at the zombie on the right, who is seen through his illusion. And he is going to wave his arms around in this weird motion that you guys have never seen. And he is going to conjure acid and spray it from his hands. And that that hits the zombie, and it hits the zombie in the lower torso. And it just simmers right through him. It just and you can start to see the zombie's ribcage through the robe, because the acid landed on the robe, melted through his body. You can see his ribcage. He's clearly still functioning, but the middle of his body is completely exposed to the elements here. So that zombie who just took that acid to the chest, he is going to get out of bed as well, and now he is standing, and he is going to attack just some guy who is right next to him, and we'll see what happens.
Gee willikers.
It's hard to describe everything that's going on when you have so much writing to. Holy shit. So it's a hit. That is a 9 plus 3, so that's a 12. What's your armor class?
16.
16. So he does not succeed. He swings and misses at you. His body sort of gyrates a little extra now, because you can see the flesh that sort of keeps in his upper body from moving sort of normally, as you'd recall, is missing in a few spots. So now he can, when his body gyrates, it just has that extra degree of movement, and so when he swings at you, his body contorts in a weird way, and you can hear
It's like when you got a loose tooth.
You can hear bones moving. Absolutely right. Yeah. So now it is your turn, just some guy.
All right. So now 2 of them are next to me in between the bed, correct?
Technically 3 of them. So you have one on your left, one on your right,
okay.
and then the one in front of you with its head lopped off.
All right. I would like to. I don't know if this would be considered a shove or an unarmed strike or what, but if you'll allow it, using my varsity knowledge and my athletics, I would like to try and football tackle out of this corner through them.
To who?
I don't really care which one I hit. I'm just trying to get out of this surrounded bed area back to the middle of the room.
So, towards the middle of the room, you do have you would take an opportunity attack, but okay, yeah. So you can give them disadvantage on their opportunity attacks if you wanted to dodge, but you would also be abandoning Upchuck Mcduck to be surrounded by 3.
Oh, you're right next to me.
I did not but you could, if you wanted to, you could do a grapple action and try to tackle one to the ground. You can shove as a bonus action, I'll say, so you can shove one back with a successful strength check. You have options.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to just swing my greatsword again.
Alright, you have 3 options of who you can swing your greatsword at.
Ooh, actually, I'm going to thrust into the one who I tried to behead but failed.
Okay, so that's going to be the one.
I'm going to aim for his heart, where I think his heart would be.
Okay, so the one to your left, you turn to your left. You're thrusting for his heart. Go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. 79.
79. So with a 9, you succeed. Go ahead and roll for damage.
God, keep dropping. That is an 8-9 damage.
9 damage. So in true Mortal Kombat fashion, you thrust your sword into where you think his heart's going to be, and you hit it. For a second, you get an X-ray of the zombie you're thrusting at, and you can see where his heart is. And in slow motion, as your sword stabs through it, it explodes. Its heart explodes. It claws at your blade for a moment, and then after a like half a second, his body slumps. You've killed this creature.
Okay. Would it cost me a bonus action to inform them?
You
Of
can say
something.
whatever you want.
Aim for their heart, not their head, because that guy who you lopped his head off clearly didn't care.
All right.
Did you catch that, Upchuck?
What?
Never mind. We're good. Just kill him. I'm gonna do my second and last second wind until next long rest.
Okay. Go for it.
D10. Right. So I get 3, 4 health. 8, 9, 10, 11. Back to 11, baby.
All right.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
So now the headless zombie is going to swing at Upchuck Mcduck. He's going to keep it pretty simple. He's missing a head, so he doesn't really have a lot of thought going on.
Would he have his disadvantage on hit?
Disadvantage
Since he
on
cannot
hit?
see?
No.
Since he has lost his head?
No. He's swinging with the grace of when he had a head.
Okay.
And he can still see you with the head on the ground.
That's fair.
So, that's an 8.
To hit, that my armor class is 14.
So he swings and misses. His body kind of flops around a little bit. There's a little bit of coordination loss, but not enough to get disadvantage. Ehren. Anywho, Upchuck Mcduck, it is your turn.
I'm gonna swing for the heart. Is the one to the right still in its bed, or it's gotten up by now?
The one to the right has gotten up.
Okay, I'm gonna swing at that guy.
You're gonna swing at that guy
with my scimitar.
towards his heart.
The acided one.
Ooh, I got 8.
You got 8, so that's exactly his armor class. So you hit.
Awesome. That's 4 damage.
4 damage. So you aim for his heart. You just catch a rib. Unfortunately, you hear the thud of the rib cage. It doesn't quite pierce into his heart. You also get a Mortal Kombat X-ray slow mo, but you just like a sniper elite slow mo. You just catch his rib. So you you put a big cut right where his heart is. You can see the blood kind of soak into his robe where you hit.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't quite do the trick. All right. You see out of the corner of your eye, Cannon Fodder in the back of the room. He's doing another sort of dance. And this dance is where he waves his arms in the air. You can't really infer any sort of particular dance or ritual he's doing. If you wanted to roll for it, you could. But he sort of ends his arm swaying with thrusting his right arm forward, and out of his palm comes this sort of chunk of ice, a sharpened chunk of ice. That's going to fly through the air past you guys and hit the zombie on the right in the heart. That ice thrust through the little gap you made, Upchuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it pierces his heart. You can hear the of the heart. That zombie falls to the ground, and the ice melts with the blood pouring out.
Woo.
I've got you, brother!
Way to go, Cannon.
Thank you.
Hey, I turn to him. I look past the one remaining zombie body right at him in the eyes.
You lean to the left a little bit.
Yeah, and I do the thing where I point to my eyes and then point to him, and I go, I see you.
He's cheesing right now, and he throws 2 thumbs up like, yeah!
Awesome.
So, just some guy. It is your action. All that remains is the zombie with his head chopped off.
Is he facing me?
He is facing Upchuck Mcduck right now.
Where am I relative to Upchuck? Are we sandwiching this guy?
You're kind of sandwiching the guy.
Okay, I would like to. Okay. I have an idea.
Go for it.
I want to. I'm assuming this would be a grapple. I want to, from behind, put my legs in between this zombie ghoulish thing's legs, grab his legs, lift him up onto my shoulders, and then fall backwards, suplexing
You're
him.
gonna suplex him?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a strength check for the suplex.
Hell yeah.
What'd you get?
22.
22? Okay, you very easily pick this zombie up. You have him on your shoulder. And you know what? He has 1 health, so I'm going to go ahead and say you suplex him. Would you like to describe this suplex?
Yeah. So, while I've got him on my shoulders, I rotate just like 45 or 90 degrees. So now I'm facing the bed, but I angle it so his spine lands right on the bedpost. And just boom!
All right, you sort of impale him on the bedpost. The legs are sticking up in the air. He's just stuck upright. And of course he dies. You see the head with the thing still in its mouth, clutched between his teeth. But the one eye sort of stares blankly at the wall. All movement is gone. Ehren, you actually get 1 inspiration for that.
Let's go!
So hold on to that inspiration. But yeah, so combat is over. You have killed all the zombies. Yeah, so you've succeeded. Congrats, guys.
Let's go.
You've won your first combat.
Woo! I look around at the bodies around us and go, all in a day's work. It's a living.
It's a living. You hear Cannon pitter-patter over like, gentlemen, we did it! He goes up with 2 high fives.
Can I fist bump his open palm?
You can fist bump his open
Or
palm.
not fist bump, chest bump his open palm.
Chest bump his open palm. You chest bump his open palm, and he's just as excited as he was. He's not sure what that was, but he just has no reason to not be excited. He lives another day, and that's all he cares about. Potentially with new friends.
I ignore his high five. Let's go.
That's okay. So you guys exit the room?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, you guys exit the room. You find yourself back in the hallway. Of course, with the dead body in the hallway, and at the end of the hall is the pit again.
Lovely. Okay.
Gentlemen,
Yeah. What's up, Cannon?
what was in that man's mouth?
Yeah, that tubular thing. I don't know. It was weird. You wanna go check it out?
No.
Okay.
I say, Cannon, go check it out, and I roll it.
Okay, roll intimidation.
That's a 2.
A 2? That was a DC 5. Oh, no. I don't want
All right,
to.
I'll go check it out.
All right, so you walk back into the room. Of course, there's still beds along the walls, the painting above where that guy was bashing his head. You approach the lopped off head on the ground, and you see the cylindrical object in his mouth.
Okay.
If you'd like to investigate it closer, you can. If you'd like to grab it, you can.
I rolled a 3 on investigation. A natural 1.
Ooh, a natural 1? You honestly have no idea what the hell that is. And frankly, you've lost interest.
That's in character. All right, let's go.
Okay, so you go back into the hallway, and he's like, well, what did you find?
Whatever, let's go.
Okay. So you guys approach the pit once more. Of course, to the right is where you entered into this hallway, and to the left, once again, on the right side of that hallway with no floor, you see the door with the copper branding, and farther down that hallway, you see just the hallway turn off to the right, and there's flooring there. And of course,
Have
your
we
rope,
gone to the
your
copper
rope
door?
is still, I believe, dangling from where
Yeah.
Cannon was able to tie it up to just like a loose floorboard or something.
Okay. Let's try
That
the
copper
door.
branded
Yeah,
door.
let's try the door. I kick the door.
The door, I should have mentioned, the door is like 40 feet farther down the hallway.
Well, we go down to it, and I kick the door.
Okay, so you go down the rope. You're underneath the black veil once more. There's bones on the ground. You walk about 40 feet to where you assume is underneath that door, and you are 20 feet below that door.
I climb the wall.
You climb the wall. Okay, give me a either strength or dexterity, whichever you prefer.
Dexterity. That's 15.
15. You succeed. So you start grabbing onto loose ledges, little areas where that cut stone. Down in the pit, it's like a weird mesh of cut stone and just cave rock. So you do have some legs to stand on. You pull yourself up to eventually where you're holding onto the wall in front of the door. So you're kind of like spider crawling over the door right now because there's nothing that you can stand on in front of the door.
Okay.
Upon closer inspection, you can see that your curiosities were true. It does have copper banding. It does have a big keyhole and a handle.
Okay. I kick the door.
You kick the door. Roll strength.
Geez. That's pretty. 16.
16. You kick the door and it rattles a little bit, but it does not move.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay.
Try the handle!
Oh, I try the hit.
You try the handle and it does not budge. The handle doesn't turn.
Oh, okay.
Sorry!
No, it's fine. Whatever. I'd like to go to the place with flooring. Have just some guy in Cannon Fodder cut up with me yet?
They're below you. So you're above the black veil right now. They can't really see, but of course Cannon heard you try kicking the door as expected and suggested you try the handle, but they're below you. They can't quite see you right now. But what you can see is that about 40 feet farther down the hallway is where that landing is to the right, where you can continue down the hallway.
All right. If I help them get up, will they have advantage on their roll? Like if
I'm gonna say just because you're 20 feet above them, exactly where you are, I don't think there's any way you can help them by hand.
What if it's an extra +1 to their check because I helped them the last little bit of the way?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
This is Pawn Stars. So I will roll for strength.
Strength or dex, whichever you prefer.
I'm rolling for strength because that's what I have a bonus to. I got a 15.
You got a 15. So with pure strength, with pure vigor, with pure gritted teeth, you're able to grab onto tiny ledges and clutch them so hard that you can pull yourself up. With your +1 bonus, Upchuck Mcduck is able to grab you with his little pink... Well, actually, you go ahead and describe how you pull him up.
I reach out for the Predator high five to pull him the rest of the way up.
Sick. Okay, so you guys Predator
Do
high
I
five.
need the bonus one?
Not necessarily. No, it was a DC 15 to climb the walls.
Okay, I say in canon I don't see the hand because I'm so locked in on the wall. I'm like, I just crawl right back.
All right, so you're both dangling on the wall in front of this door. If you look to your left, 40 feet down the hallway is that landing. You do not see Cannon Fodder trying to climb up.
Cannon!
Good cannon.
Guys?
Can't you like magic your way up here or something? Like create a ghost ladder?
I can magic across, but I can't magic up.
Well, then why didn't you just magic across?
That's a good point. You hear a little
honestly...
scurrying. You hear scurrying, and you hear the rope kind of tug down the hallway back where you came. You see him climb up the rope above the black veil, and then he walks across the black veil with pooling like water ripples around his feet, and now he's next to you guys standing above the pit.
Okay.
Hello.
Cannon, didn't you say the way that works is like it lets you walk level to where you currently are?
Correct.
So couldn't you like jump, activate it, jump, activate it, jump, activate it?
Where would I be without you guys? That's such a pleasant idea. Let me try it now. He jumps, and he lands back where he was.
Aww.
Shit.
That was worth a shot.
Perhaps when I'm more adept at magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So would you guys like to crawl across to get to the landing? You guys got free reign here.
Yeah, I think you go to the place with the flooring, right?
Yeah, Upchuck,
Yes.
did you find a key or anything while you were in there?
No, but
No.
I bet they would have split it up from the door.
Okay. I'm gonna have you guys do another dex or strength check to get across because it is 40 feet to the left of you guys.
Nat 20 plus 3.
Oh,
23.
Describe to me sweetly how you get across.
You said it's 20 feet, right? Or 40?
It's 40 feet. You're scaling across a wall, so you're basically I forget the word for it.
Hold on. I need to look something up real quick.
Upchuck, do you want to make your roll while he's doing that?
I already did.
What'd you get?
I got a 4.
A 4? Okay, let's see a dex save for the fall.
14.
14? Okay, yeah, you land gracefully. Once again, you just seem to land on 2 feet every time.
All right.
Okay, so what I do is I long jump and I make it like 20 feet across, and then I grab onto a rock on the wall and then swing my body, latch on, and then crawl the rest of the way.
Badass. And just like so, you gracefully land on the landing. You see that, of course, from where the pit was, it turns to the right. It's just a straight hallway that turns to the left in about 20, 30 feet. So not much going on there. You don't hear anything. You don't really see anything of note off first glance. And yeah, so Cannon Fodder is just going to walk there across the pit. He plants
Right.
both of his feet back on land. Nice jump.
Thanks, man. I was varsity, you know that?
You were varsity, of course.
How was my jump?
What was that?
How was my jump?
You
You
fell.
didn't really jump, you more like crawled.
Which jump?
All right, can I do another dexterity check to climb back up at this spot?
You absolutely can. If you'd like in that spot, or if you want to get closer, you could. But in that spot also works.
Oh no, you're right. I'll go over to under the landing and
Yes, good choice. Okay, so you do so. There's nothing really new in the pit there that you see at first glance. You're just kicking across bones. Most of them,
19.
19. You easily scale that wall. If you not a nat 20, so I'm not gonna let you describe it. You just easily scale the wall and climb up with effortlessly.
Oh, you fell in the hole? What happened?
He fell.
I was so
Unsuccessful
focused
check.
on my long jump, I didn't even realize.
Okay, now all of you are standing in that hallway. Of course, the description's the same. It just continues to the left after a couple tens of feet. Nothing immediately of note. Dimly lit. There's a couple torches on the wall. There's more banners with the flaming cross on it.
I jog down the hallway to the left.
You jog down the hallway to the left. So you're like a light jog or like an attentive jog.
A pretty attentive jog.
Like an intense jog. Okay, so you're jogging.
What can I, wow, once I see you start in a brisk jog, I was like, are you trying to race me? And dead sprint past him.
You dead sprint past him, so you both kind of curve around the
Can we
corner
roll
to the left.
Can we roll opposing things to see who's faster?
Absolutely, you can.
What would that be?
I'm just gonna
Athletics,
have
I'd
a
assume.
dex. Oh, athletics. Yeah, go for it.
Fuck. I don't want to
What'd
play.
you get?
I don't want to play this game anymore.
I got a 12.
I got a 2.
You got a 12. A 2. And 1 second. A 3. Okay, so just some guy you easily blow past your two companions there. You're just sprinting down the hallway. It turns to the left, and you can see in about 30 feet the hallway ends, and there's a little door on the left side at the end of the hallway. Close behind you, however, you hear a thumping. You turn around and see, or you kind of catch in the corner of your eye that Cannon Fodder has picked up the pace as well. He just wanted to be part of it, and he's sprinting behind you. And then Upchuck Mcduck is quite a ways behind you.
Well,
Also
right
jogging.
when I sprint past Upchuck, I'm like, varsity. And I just keep going.
And then you guys arrive at the door at the end of the hallway. You turn, and both you and Cannon are there while you see Upchuck still kind of jogging his way there. Cannon Fodder looks at you. He raises his hand for a high five and says, "Varsity Brothers!"
Yeah!
Woo! All right, so you've approached the door. You've all made it at this point. Of course, it's just the door in the hallway. This door is similar to the doors you saw on the entry. It's just a wooden door with a handle.
I kick it really hard.
You kick it really hard. Give me a strength check.
For someone who
That's
has
a
negative one on
17.
strength checks,
A 17. You
really
kick
love
the door
strength
clean
checks.
off its hinges. The door just flies forward about 5 feet and then flops to the ground. When that door hits the ground, a puff of dust encompasses the room, so it's a little smoky in there. But you can see it's a pretty small room, just very dusty since the door was kicked, so you can't quite see what's going on in there
Okay.
until you really get in there and start to investigate or give it a moment for the dust to clear.
I'll just walk in.
Yeah, okay, so you walk in. From what you can see, the dust is starting to die down, so you can see a little better. It seems like this might be a trophy room of sorts, as there's pedestals with glass casings on top of them, just surrounding the room. There's a ton of them. Most of them are broken glass, empty, or fallen over. This room has clearly been gutted or whatnot. But in the back of the room, of course, at this point, you're probably standing on the door that was kicked in. So in the back of the room, you see...
Can there canonically... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Can there canonically be an alien skull from Alien, like in Predators 2, in the trophy room?
That is located in the back left corner from where you entered. Of course, Upchuck Mcduck notices that, but nobody else sees it. But
Okay.
it is the Queen Alien skull from the original movie Alien.
Thank you.
But in the back of the room, directly where you're facing, you see two pedestals that are upright with the glass intact, and inside each one is a skull. Both, you don't quite know where they are. There's no description on them at first glance, but they are encased in glass. And there's a smaller one and a larger one. The smaller one has something lodged in the top of it.
Okay.
And next to these pedestals is the backside of a painting with a what do you call it, a frame around it.
Can I investigate what's lodged in the top of the head?
Yeah, so you walk a little closer, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you walk up close to it. You can see in the smaller skull, right above the right eye, or socket, I suppose, there's a crack in it, and lodged in it is a cross. The same flaming cross you're seeing on the banners around. This flaming cross has a little loop on the top. It's a necklace because it has a chain around it. That flaming cross has a cut emerald in the center. Kind of shines
like the
with
painting.
as the dust settles. The torch light of the room kind of flashes the light on the emerald, so you can see it's a beautiful necklace.
I want it.
You want
Hey, I'm just letting you know that's the
As-
same. I don't know if you remember that painting with the like slashed goriness. That's the same necklace that that daughter was wearing, who was like getting slashed.
Yes, but as a devout Catholic, I love things that physically represent my faith. So,
So
I want it.
Upchuck, you see this necklace. You specifically see this necklace. I don't remember if you investigated. No, you didn't see the painting prior. So only just Somguy recognizes that's the same necklace from the painting. But you see the necklace and you're like, first of all, this isn't a Catholic cross. This has flames on it. And second, you see that it has a cut emerald in it, which is very uncharacteristic of the Catholic Church to do with their sort of jewelry or their cross or their representation of their religion.
Well, I could still sell it, so I
Upchuck,
want it.
fake
You
Catholic.
could absolutely still sell it. But based on your like religious morals, you probably wouldn't sell it as one. You'd probably cut the emerald out of it. Sell it.
Oh, dope. Then I'd do that. Let me have it. It's mine now.
It's encased in glass at the moment.
I break the glass.
You break the glass. So I assume, give me a strength check to break the glass.
I use my sword to break the glass.
Give me a strength check with advantage.
Needed that. 7.
7. So you bring your sword down on the glass and it shatters. The glass just shatters. You are there looking at the skull, which kind of smells gross, and there's a necklace pressed into it.
I would like to take the necklace, please.
You very easily remove the necklace from the small skull, and it is now in your possession.
I will add that to my inventory. Cross necklace. I'm going to sell that when we're out of here. I'm going to hit the big time.
Hey man, I don't know if Jesus would want you stealing stuff like that.
Hey, just some guy?
What?
So you see Cannon Fodder kind of kicking around stuff in the room as you guys are investigating this necklace. And he eventually reaches the painting on the ground, and he pulls it from the wall and kind of looks at it. He says, "Gentlemen, you might want to see this."
I
Okay.
come over and view it.
You come over and view it. So what you see in the painting, as Cannon holds it up for you, is a bald man in an orange robe. He is tied to a wooden post in sort of a city or a town square, hands tied, or sorry, not hands tied behind his back, but like kind of like his body strapped to it by rope. He's very beaten up. He's bleeding. He is crying. He's on his knees. His hands are cupped out at what you can see in the painting is the back of a white-robed figure. It almost looks like a picture taken from behind the man sort of doing damage on this guy. You can see... You can't quite see who these people are, but the bald man in the orange robe is cupping his hands with his head down, crying, and this person in the white robe is dangling the necklace you've taken above his hands.
Mm.
Ben, could you roll perception check, please? Assuming you're looking at the painting.
Yes, of course. 13.
13. So you can see in the bottom of the painting, underneath the white robe, is a single talon.
Oh my god.
They're eating her.
It's
And then they're
me.
gonna eat me.
But yeah, so you guys obtained the necklace. You've observed the painting. What now? What do you make of this, gentlemen?
That's the same guy probably from the other painting. Well, it's the same necklace,
Oh,
but
what if I go and dangle it above the statue?
we're gonna have to jump across like 17 pits to get back there.
Oh my god. I don't want to do that. So is there anything that we can do moving forward from here?
At this point, if you want to traverse the pit, I'll just have you do one roll to sort of get where you want to go.
Okay. Let's go back to the room with the statue.
Okay, so you guys snake around the hallway out of that room that you were in. You make it back to the pit. Let's each of you do a strength or dex roll to get across the pit.
16.
Hey,
16,
could I ask?
succeed? Sure.
I almost said Barnabas. Frick, what's your name? Choose Goose. That's how I'm still imagining you.
Cannon.
Cannon. I know you're like you're not super high level, but like, do you have any like spells that could like increase my athletic ability?
Let me think. He pulls out a spell book and starts looking through it. No!
Damn. Okay. Well,
Sorry.
worth a shot.
However,
Nah, you're fine, Shoes
one
Goose.
moment.
Oh.
One moment. He, I assume you guys are in the bottom of the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So he takes a bunch of bones from the ground. You see him sort of his hands start to glow as he makes this pile of bones on the ground. And he waves his hands over this little pile of bones. He takes 2 bones and slaps them together. And what you realize is the spell Mending connects these 2 bones together and does it one more time. And he presents what he's created to you. It looks like 2 bone ice picks. This should help you climb.
Thanks, Cannon. You're saying I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna make a bone ladder, and I was gonna be ecstatic. But I'm still happy about this.
I probably could have done that, and if you give me a little time, I absolutely could.
I'm patient.
You see, you guys are just geniuses. I'm sorry, but I'll give you advantage with the ice picks if you wanted to climb.
No, I'll wait for a bone ladder.
Okay. He gets to work. About 15 minutes goes by, maybe even 30. He finally concocts this bone ladder. He says, "Actually, I've made 2. That's why it took me so long."
Yeah.
So he places one at the rise going towards the the room with the pedestals, like the trophy room. And then he takes one and he says, "Where would you like me to place this one? To the copper door or to the way we came?"
Whichever way the statue is in, so the way we came, I presume.
Okay. And he places it there. He climbs up the ladder, and he makes it to the top. Of course, Upchuck Mcduck already scaled his way up there, and you're in the pit, Ehren.
I shall climb up the bone ladder.
You very easily climb the beautifully made bone ladder. So now you guys are at the top there. I assume you want to head towards the statue.
Not before grabbing the bone ladder and taking it with me.
Out of the pit.
Yeah.
So the bone ladder's 20 feet long.
Okay.
And the corner of the corridors is 10 feet wide on each side. So I'm going to say you can't make it around the corner with that ladder.
Hey, a cannon?
Yes?
You wouldn't be able to use a spell to make this bone ladder collapsible, would you?
No. I can only
Okay.
attach things.
That's fair.
I'm sitting there just twiddling my thumbs in the hallway. I'm like, oh
Just
my
waiting.
god, that took forever. Let's go.
Alright, I'll head towards the statue.
Okay, you guys head towards the statue. Once again, you see the statue. Just to give you a brief description of what it looked like before, it's very similar to the guy you saw in that last painting, a bald man with his hands cupped out. You can see that his lower torso has a sculpted-in rope around it. He's crying. He's very sad. Do what you will.
Okay. I place I dangle the necklace above its hands.
Okay, you dangle the necklace above its hands. Nothing happens. You feel kind of like a slight magical draw.
I
From the
drop the
necklace
necklace
hands.
into its hands.
You drop the necklace into its hands. The necklace falls with a clank. Cupped in its hands, you see smoke start to come out.
Ooh, I
Thick
stand back.
black smoke. Yeah, so you stand back. A thick black smoke sort of starts to encompass it. You hear it. It almost sounds like it's steaming, like hot, but it's a black smoke. So it starts to sizzle. You can see that the necklace is starting to fade away into just it's starting to burn. It's starting to just disappear from reality. Once
So
the
much for
necklace,
selling it.
yeah. So once the necklace is gone, the smoke dissipates. A second goes by, and you hear, "Thank you." And where the slit neck was on the bald man crouching down and crying, you see the neck sort of split. The head flops back, and inside of that stone sort of sculpture is flesh. You see a spine, you see an esophagus, you see it just split perfectly in half. The head hinges back and falls backwards to where you're just at the exposed neck, and poking out of the flesh is the top of a key.
I heard about this when I took my trip abroad to Nepal. This is just talking. I heard about this when I took my trip to Nepal. Monks will often mummify themselves and put themselves in Buddha statues. This isn't Buddha, but you know.
That's pretty cool.
One time I
fun
saw Willow Smith in concert, and she talked about how there's a golden Buddha inside all of us.
fact. Thanks, Willow Smith.
Is that Upchuck speaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once saw the bard Willow Smith in concert.
Swallow Smith.
Swallow Smith.
An Aarakocra icon.
A path not taken to Mistress's Folly is me, Benjamin Berkhout, as Upchuck Mcduck, Ehren Jones as Just Somguy, and Rossco Platinum as your DM. If you are listening to this on YouTube or Spotify or another streaming service, you could have been listening to it a month ago on Patreon. It's patreon.com/clowncorner. I am a sellout, and you are too. Tune in 2 weeks for the next episode. And that is all I've got. Take care.
Ben, do you want to do an intro?
Yeah.